Right, as much as you already know, I absolutely love using Eevee. In fact, I've used all the evolutions in all my runs, such as Leafeon in Sword and Shield, Vaporeon in Legends Arceus, and Espeon in Scarlet and Violet. I've never used a full evolution team in a Pokemon game. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, and they need to sparkle. So with that said, let me know what your favorite evolution is. Hit the subscribe button, ding on that notification bell, and with that said, let's go shiny hunting. No, my phone! How am I supposed to respond to people asking for feet pics? Okay, this game has been out for 2 years now, so you get the drill. I wake up sunburnt all days from tanning my milky skin, get hit on by a stranger, and I swear he looks like a gimp. Anyhow, I chase after his mom, catch his runaway Pokemon, and walk in a city where I literally have flabbergasted and death threats from villagers, which is a pity. At least we get given the choice of an otter, a rat, and a fat bird, but none of them are Eevee. Now this choice is completely pointless, but it'll help, I guess, if I start with one, so I go with my favorite, which is a sea otter. Anyway, first day on the job, and I have to catch 3 other Pokemon, Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. But Ryan, that's not Eevee! I know. Shut up. I get on with the job, meet the boss, and upon researching more Pokemon, I'm finally allowed to let loose. Well, not quite. So to progress in the game, I need to actually research other Pokemon. And by doing that, I get research points. And this is technically why I've had to go through the tutorial without catching an Eevee, because it literally forces you to. But upon researching, it boosts your shiny odds. So with that, I complete Eevee's research to the point where we have a perfect dex entry. And well, I couldn't get a perfect dex entry because this side quest here is unlocked over halfway through the game. So the very next day, I get on the hunt and luckily manage a mass outbreak for Eevee. Sweet. So instead of 1 in 2048, we have a shiny odds of 1 in 158.2. So I mean, I'm gonna take those odds. And after now 9 hours into the challenge, we didn't get Sparkle. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. That's a fat shiny Eevee. I'm obviously joking, it's not an Eevee. Yes, it has taken me a whopping 22 hours in total. But that's why, if you're a fan of the channel, you probably haven't seen a video in a while. There's just not enough hours in the day, man. I think I'm going to regret this. But anyways, with that said, I take on my first challenge in May at the end of the bridge to tackle the mighty Munchlax. As you all know, this little geezer is bulky, but my Eevee, who is now called Yoda, loved his grits. So big tackles didn't seem as big. Plus, with quick attack, we'd be able to get 2 attacks in before the Munchlax does. So, all in all, this was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But we also have another assignment as soon as we get to the top of the mountain, and that's against this huge singing cricket. This time, the cricket hits a little more harder than I'd like, and a critical hit could have put it at a bad spot. But repeated quick attacks allow it to outspeed and avoid that from happening. So handshake later and a jolly good show for the weird ear in the distance, we get full marks from our commander. Absolutely fantastic. The next morning I get treated with a cat fight and get assigned a new case to quell Kleavor. And well, that will be easy, but 1, it's a frenzy guardian, so that's no good. But already, we're going to reach a point where we have no defense or counter types. So I have a nose to find no Eevees, which is not to my surprise. Then we head south towards the other side of the fields, beat up an elf for Big Barrel for robbing my cookies, and arrive at the Eternal Forest to get scolded by a child guard. Oh yeah, I felt the wrath of this Goomy. No one was going to get in the way of my investigation. I legit refused. So with that in mind, I report back to the professor, and with that, I come up with a plan. Throw food at its face. Food fight! Now Operation Kleavor has begun. I head back to the Tree of Life, battle Irida, who also has some very sexy eyes. Oh god, she has an evolution herself, Glaceon, so I think I'm gonna need to evolve Yoda at some stage. Though we still take it out like a champion. This leaves the mighty Kleavor. Boss battle or noble Pokemon are in 2 stages, dodging and throwing bombs as well as battling Pokemon at it. But the problem is, none of my moves are actually effective. So, with that said, I let Yoda sit this one out and take matters into my own hands, throwing bombs to its face and quelling the frenzied lord. But before we report to Commando, we got some more stuff we need to do. And that is doing more Pokédex research. We have to do that to actually progress through the game. So, I get sorted and, well, almost grab our 3rd star. But it is what it is. The next morning, we are tasked to head towards the Crimson Mildlands, and, well, no Eevees can actually spawn here. So, we're back to hunting. And well, all I got was a lot of repeats. although we eventually get our next Eevee. Does get easier, I promise. Or should I say, I hope so. So with that, I call our newest member Bambi and head to a mossy rock so it evolves to Leafeon, and our Yoda gets enough sun to evolve to Espeon. I really don't like green shinies. I don't think there is one I like other than Zubat and Golbat. Anyways, Lucarion's a test of my strength, so Bambi gets his debut. I set up Carmine, and on this game, it raises both stats, as it goes for Iron Defense. But that wasn't enough because X-Scissor really does damage on both of their Pokemon, and we're 4 levels lower. Sweet. Now press onto the Islands, and with our 2 squad members, we're going to be able to take care of the majority of the dangers, mainly poison and ground types. And we also unlock space-time distortions, which I'm gonna have to use to my advantage. For now, I need to grind some level ups for my Leaf Fox before heading towards Celestian Ruins. Now, despite doing 30 hours of shiny hunting, this woman is actually colorblind and can't see my progress. But I will show you with the power of cuddles.
Gay!
Volo challenges us, but really he's no pushover either. Yoda showing me the power of light. After the battle and a little bit of guidance, I am sent on another quest. I do some detective work around the nearby campfire, and upon searching for a missing fragment, to eventually meet the bandits. Oh boy, I am so scared. Whatever will I do? Well, that was easy. So with the fragment returned, I have gained the trust of Calabar to calm the Ursaluna, and also somehow punked Free Stonky to the moon where I have a disadvantage. Anyhow, we head towards our first space-time distortion just to try our luck, and well, nothing great. But with a positive mindset, I'm ready to take on Ursaluna. I set up Carmine against its play rough, doing a whopping 23 points of damage before I go all out with 2 Leaf Blades. That was a solid victory. But we're not done yet, because after said quest, we're on another said quest to take on the actual frenzied Pokemon in the Mylands, Lady Lilligant. So I became a creep and smell a girl, steal a food, and with that said, let's dance with the Lady of the Ridge. She's an agile fighter, but once she tires out, it's simply up for Bambi to hit a good old area ace.
And good, it's got her. What a maniac!
With the Lady Lilligant calmed, well, went over the next level cap. So despite our next assignment waiting, we still have some work to do ourselves. And while I spent an entire night grinding away more research and... oh my god, there it is. Look at the squad now. So with 3 evolutions now caught, I decided to call this one Tron and evolve him into Umbreon. This is easily my favorite shiny. On top of that, I do some more research tasks and including my shiny, grab 5 Rypereon, followed by battling to grab the perfect mark on the page. And with that said, welcome to the squad, Tron and Wade. I arrive at the coastlands for Irradiated challenges once again to battle, this time a 2 against 1. But luckily for us, Wade Carmines before pulsing them away with a load of water. So with that said, we're good to carry on to the beach to meet Paulina and her 2 Growlithes, in which to voyage to Fire Pit Island. I need to meet, I'm pretty sure, her lover Eskin, to which he says I need a Dusclops. I mean, it's fine. If people really want me to play messenger, I'll just dress up as Postman Pat for the rest of the challenge. But this is where I say no. In fact, this challenge is impossible to beat. But am I gonna let this issue get in the way, even when I couldn't get a shiny Eevee to start this whole challenge? No. I'm not. Because instead, I'm going to start wearing my lucky flippers if I have to and swim to the volcano. To put it simply, I couldn't give a toss. So I went to the Deadwood Haunt, caught one and named it Dead Eevee. Why are you walking on 2 legs? Quite puzzled, I returned to Iskin and lo and behold, a Dark Pulse creates his fish favorite snack. Although, to be honest, Tron could have handled it as well. This is a great send-off to a mummy Eevee. You have been valiant these past 30 seconds, may you rest in peace. Onward. It turns out a big fish ate Dead Eevee up and is now here to haunt me and also be my taxi to the island, so I guess it's a win-win for reincarnation. The Misfortune Sisters arrive again and steal one of her Growlithes, so I'm gonna steal it back and call it Dog. I arrive at the volcano, witness the bullying, which I cannot stand, so bandits, let's feasto. Clover is first with a Bombstow against Yoda, and it was more like her Pokemon melted than us using our psychic powers. Coin his eggs in a quad-affected psychic on a Toxicroak Zinoko, so this left Charm. She has Rhydon, and Tron is due some screen time. So we take 2 Bulldozers, doing around 85 points of damage before we take it out to Dark Pulse, leaving her Gengar. Venom shocks us, and a critical Dark Pulse takes it out. So this leaves 1 newly evolved and frenzied Arcanine to deal with. Now, this is a tough noble to take on. But not for Wade. Water being quite effective against a dog, so I step in the field, dodge a load of Giga Impacts, and water him down. We only just hold on after burning Jealousy, but we live to fight another day. And well, that will probably be a few days, because 1, I need to flump Animan's Eevee to the ground, and 2, we are not high enough to progress. So it's back to shiny hunting we go. This took a long time. However, thanks to more Mars outbreaks, I was able to grab 4 more shiny Eevees. I want to save 2 of them for the last area, so I bring you the 2 originals, Ember the female Flareon and Kachow the Jolteon. I swear, if no one gets the Jolteon, then I'm gonna cry. And also, its shiny isn't great. But let's move on with Ingo to the Coronet Highlands, where the first British Modeman exists, Melly. He's adamant to battle, though we still press on, refusing to give him pleasure. But eventually, we have to battle him, which gives me the perfect opportunity to explain my set for Ember. We don't have great physical coverage despite having the best attack stat, so he knows Power Shift. This makes our Flareon extremely bulky, plus our special attack will shine. So Strong Flamethrower actually OHKOs. Okay, that also crits, but you get my point, it is a ridiculous set. But next was Ingo, a trainer from the Unova region, and yeah, he was also pretty straightforward. Machoke is against Yoda, and we get a clean sweep with a sidekick. Tangler is next, who does stun us, though I stay in and take that out too. This leaves Gliscor, who is slightly more dangerous and poisons us, so I hit the baby doll eyes before switching to Wade. He takes another final poison jab nicely before a water pulse just falls short. It was definitely a sweep. I don't know what you guys are on about. You saw nothing. I befriend the Sneasler so he can help us climb the rocks, and after ruining the Rhydon and Onyx popularity, I arrive at the top where the Noble lives. And right outside the Moonview Arena was none other than Melly. So let's get scrapping. And even cheating, it was an easy 3v1 despite her Skuntank actually being a tank. So this leaves our Noble Pokemon, and yeah, this one is tougher than the first 2, and Thunder Wave is a huge problem. Plus we get crit. Sweet. No, our setup is complete. We annihilate the ball with support from Bambi as well. That is the 4th Noble burnt, dusted, and zapped. So with 1 more to go, Akari yet again tests her strength against us. And it's safe to say I'm pretty much on form despite being under-leveled. And with our worth proven, I plot a course to the Alabaster Icelands. Here is also where we will get our final evolutions. This time Elsa the Glaceon, which looks pretty much the same, and also Minnie the Sylveon. And once again, I carry out further research tasks to perfect that dex, or at least to the level cap. So now with a full dex of evolutions complete, I'm ready to quell the Frenzied Lord. Starting with Basil and Garrick and his Ice Ghost couple, which after their defeat, I think they got divorced. Then I played Duck Duck Goose with Sabi, eventually arriving at the Snow Point Temple.
Open Sesame!
Some more puzzles and alphas later, we finally catch up to Sabi, and it results in a 3v1. Brilliant. Rypereon, Electivire, and Magmortar against 1 Sylveon. As usual, set up Calm Mind, get paralyzed and hit by high horsepower, and luckily grab a crit on Magical Leaf, so I can comfortably... Oh, great. Midi goes down, though Espeon can sweep through the other squad members. However, there was 1 challenge left to face, and that's Braviary. So Elsa finally gets her debut, and well, Ice Beams the bird to the face. That'll do, Donkey, that'll do. I take the big descent down to grab Eternal Ice, and upon making our bombs, it's time. And boy, oh boy, this boy is a big boy. And yet it actually knocked me out. It was tough more so for timing. Though Wade was able to battle through it and finally quell it. So, that's that. We restored the Hisui region with only shiny evolutions. This is all your fault! Oh dear. Well, considering we've been kicked out, this is the final team I have assembled. Tron just isn't great offensively, and Wade, despite being my favourite, hasn't got the best of moves. Anyways, Lane won't help and May won't help, so this leaves the ancestors of the Sinnoh household. So we set up camp and once again go on another quest, and I wouldn't do it without the help of these sexy eyes. Definitely Grush's great-great-grandmother. Definitely. So with Alpha Pokemon beaten up and the Lake Trio on our side, we craft the red chain and go face to face against the Galaxy team. Benny was first with Miss Magius against Yoda, and yeah, he nearly locks it out, but a defensive drop and a max potion allows us to take it down with a second Shadow Ball. Next was Gardevoir, who pots up a fight with Dazzling Gleams, but we take it down. Plus survive a Dire Claw from Sneasler, so a quite effective sidekick leaves his Gallade. I switch out before the fall and mini dazzles it to the ground. Sweet. This just leaves a tussle with Kamado. It's Braviary against Kachow, and I instantly set up Carmine before zapping it out the air. Snorlax is next and takes a T-Bolt well, so we have to take a huge high horsepower. One strong bolt doesn't kill and heals. Fab. So it's goodbye to Kachow. So I send out Bambi to get revenge with a critical Leaf Blade. Golem is next, so it's an easy sweep. Clefable remains, survives the first blade before our attack falls, so one more strong style blade gives us another win. This just leaves a mighty Palkia. Who doesn't want to be caught? But once I did, there remains Dialga, who was frenzied. Brilliant. So we make the booking, go to the mines for grafted materials, and slap Charm in the face for Arcanine earlier on. So all in all, with the boxes checked up, we still have Dialga to deal with. And in fact, my team took the back bench. I single-handedly took care of the creator of time. And that is how I definitely beat the game. Or so you thought. We still have to grab the plates. Now, I won't go into too much detail, but we do battle Kamado once again. He starts with Golem this time, so Wade is first to calm minds before washing it away with Water Pulse. We do major damage against Snorlax as well, and luckily to a crit he falls. Heracross is next and finishes us off with close combat, though Bambi retaliates with a quite effective aerial ace. We have to switch to Kachow when Braviary is out, so I calm my mind and T-bolt it to the ground, leaving Clefable. We also get the para, meaning Clefable gets punted back to the moon. So with that said, Volo is actually the final boss of the game, so comment down below if you think we're going to win. Spiritomb is up first against Mini. I again safely set up Carmine as it avoids Hypnosis, so we get the free knockout with Dazzling Gleam. Next was Roserade, and Poison Jabs hurts and poisons, but we hit back with Mystical Fire. His Garchomp, however, hurts extremely hard. Wade is next, and we set up a game before a Quad Ice Beam takes care of it. Lucario outspeeds, hits hard punches, but even he couldn't survive. Togekiss is out next, and we comfortably eat a Moonblast for breakfast before we give it Frostbite and get it gone. This just leaves Arcanine, which Quad Water Pulse seals the deal. Oh yeah, and then there's Giratina. It becomes obscured with Shadow Force and takes out Wade. Ember comes out and Power Shifts ready to hit hard with Shadow Ball too. We still couldn't take it out. Bambi has the worst moveset to go against with, but Aerial Ace guarantees the knockout for part 1. So it's time to chip away, which she gets it down to half, so when Bambi falls, Kachow can set up Carmine and is fast enough for a final Shadow Ball, giving us the victory. And well, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, that was finally the end for my adventure in the Hisui region with Only Shiny Eeveelutions. And that was a lot easier than I actually thought. It just took more time actually shiny hunting. And well, with that said, I thank you all very much for watching this video. I'm sorry I'm obviously not that well at the minute, as you can probably tell. And I've got loads of stuff in the works, as well as trying to be a full-time YouTuber. So if you guys do enjoy what you see, please hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Ding on the notification bell, hit the thumbs up button. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.